It's everywhere. The wide grin, the oversized ears, the sharp little teeth. A strange creature that's taken the world by storm. Some call it cute, others creepy, and many don't know its name until it stares back at them from a box. It's called Labubu. You're listening to Urban Whispers, where the strange and the spectral are never far behind. But here's the thing. Millions of people are rushing to buy Labubu dolls today without ever knowing the truth behind it. And like all things we don't understand, whispers begin to grow. Some say it's cursed, others call it haunted. But the truth is stranger than you think. You're watching Urban Whispers, where every story hides a secret. If you love uncovering the truth behind viral mysteries and strange legends, hit that subscribe button and drop a like to keep the whispers alive. The Artist and the Birth of Labubu. The story doesn't begin in a factory or a crowded toy store. It begins in the sketchbook of a Hong Kong-born artist named Kasing Lung. In 2015, Lung, who grew up in the Netherlands and later settled in Belgium, sketched a mischievous little creature. It had long, rabbit-like ears, a wide, toothy grin, and 9 sharp teeth. But beneath that eerie appearance, it wasn't evil. It was part of a world Lung created called the Monsters. From sketch to collectible Craze, for years, Labubu was just a drawing, living in stories and art shows. But then, everything changed. In 2019, Pop Mart, a Chinese toy company famous for its blind box collectibles, teamed up with Kasing Lung. Suddenly, Labubu jumped off the page and became a vinyl figurine. Then came plush toys, keychains, and limited edition runs. Collectors lined up outside Pop Mart stores, waiting for hours just to open a mystery box and see if they'd scored a rare Labubu. Online, videos of unboxings went viral. And just like that, Labubu was no longer just an art piece. It became a global phenomenon. But in that frenzy, something important got lost. Its story. Its roots in folklore, its connection to art and myth, were buried beneath the rush of money, hype, and viral fame. The rumors and misunderstandings. And when people forget the origins of something, fear fills the gaps. Parents began posting online that their children felt uneasy around the doll. TikTok users whispered about Labubu being cursed, likening it to infamous dolls like Annabelle. Some even suggested its grin carried something sinister, that it wasn't just a toy, but a vessel for something darker. Of course, these claims have no proof. The truth is that Labubu was born from folklore and imagination, not demons. But in a world obsessed with horror stories and viral scares, Labubu's eerie appearance made it an easy target. And just like that, its reputation shifted, from playful monster to possibly cursed doll. Ironically, this fear only fueled its fame. The more people whispered about Labubu being cursed, the faster it sold out. Videos of glowing eyes, mysterious movements, and haunted unboxings spread online, most clearly staged, but captivating nonetheless. What began as art turned into internet mythology. And in that transformation, Labubu became something far greater than a toy. It became a modern legend, born from pixels, fear, and fascination. The Counterfeit Crisis. As Labubu's fame spread, another problem emerged: counterfeits. Cheap knockoffs, nicknamed Lafufu, began flooding markets across Asia, Europe, and the US. Unlike the official Pop Mart toys, these fakes were poorly made, stuffed with unsafe materials, and in some cases labeled dangerous. Authorities in the UK and US even issued warnings. Fake Labubus could pose choking hazards to children. Some contained toxic dyes. Collectors learned to check for authenticity markers, QR codes, UV stamps, and official Pop Mart packaging. But many casual buyers didn't know. To them, Labubu was just another toy, and sometimes a dangerous one. For Pop Mart, the counterfeit crisis wasn't just about lost profits. It was about protecting the soul of what Labubu represented. The company began launching awareness campaigns and collaborating with collectors to expose fake sellers online. Kasing Lung himself even spoke out, urging fans to value authenticity, not imitation. Because every real Labubu carries a trace of its creator's intent, a spirit of mischief, art, and imagination that no fake could ever copy. The forgotten folklore. But to truly understand Labubu, you have to step away from toy stores and back into the woods. Labubu isn't just a doll, it's a reflection of folklore, the kind of stories whispered for centuries in Europe's villages. Tales of elves, trolls, and goblins that live between shadows. Beings that could protect you one day and prank you the next. That's what Kasing Lung saw when he first sketched Labubu. Not a collectible, not a cash cow, but a reminder of the blurred line between fear and wonder, between what we think is harmless and what unsettles us deep inside. In a way, Labubu bridges two worlds, the old and the new. It carries the heartbeat of ancient myths into a modern age obsessed with trends and technology. To some, it's just vinyl and paint, but to others it's a symbol of how old spirits never really die, they just find new shapes to hide in. Maybe that's why Labubu feels alive, because beneath its grin lies something timeless, something that has followed humanity since the first stories were told around firelight. Conclusion. So, is Labubu cursed? Number, is it haunted? Not in the way people say, but misunderstood, absolutely. Labubu began as a spirit of folklore, turned into an art piece, and now lives as a viral collectible. And in that journey, it shows us something chilling. Not about the doll itself, but about us. How easily we forget the roots of things. How quickly meaning can be replaced with money, fear, and obsession. So the next time you see Labubu's toothy grin staring back at you, remember this. Behind every blind box and every viral craze, there is a story. And sometimes, that story is the scariest part of all. This is Urban Whispers, where truth hides in the strange and the beautiful. If this story gave you chills, don't forget to subscribe, like, and turn on the bell so you never miss what comes next. Because the next whisper might just be darker.